the Kenyan public right now is very much aware of what the government is doing, and I think that have been evident in a couple of points now. One of the things when you talk from an agricultural perspective that has been very relevant, and a lot of people are talking about it, is the Seed and Plant Varieties Act that has been going around. And I know you've been on top of this issue, so can you help us, like, explain to us, like, we are 2 years old, what does it mean and what is it all about?
I like that. Explain like you're 2 years old. I like that.
Yeah.
So the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, CAP 326, I think we started looking at this. I used to work for Greenpeace back then. And so when I started working on I was the project lead for that campaign on Seed is Sovereign. So the main aim of this campaign at that particular time was just to show how sovereign seed is. And to show that, we needed to start looking at the existing laws in Kenya. So we did a bit of research. I think Greenpeace with other partners as well. We did a bit of research. And I think one of the partners was Seed Savers Network. So we did a bit of research and landed on the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, CAP 326 of 2012. And this law makes it illegal for farmers to share or sell. I'll define sell later, but it makes it illegal for farmers to sell uncertified seeds. And then it also makes it illegal for farmers to be found selling these seeds if they are unregistered as seed merchants. So meaning that a farmer cannot sell seeds that have not gone through the certification process as required by the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, that's KEFIS. So as a farmer, in simple terms now, as a farmer, you need to take the seeds from your farm to be tested and certified by KEFIS. And KEFIS, I think also the inspectors have to come to your farm. Once they've done that, of course, there's a fee you pay, and I think maybe about 200,000 or so. So there's a fee you pay, and then once you pay that fee, you are certified. The seed is certified. That's one. So that's on selling the uncertified seed. So your seed has to be certified. So that seed you harvest, like the extra harvest you get from your farm, and then you take it to the market, because our grandmothers, our mothers take that to the market, yeah? That one is uncertified seeds. So as per this law, if you're found selling it, you're committing an offense.
Yeah.
The second thing, you need to be registered as a seed merchant. So that means if I, as Claire Nasike, want to sell seeds, I have to be registered by KEFIS. I think there's a KEFIS Act. I don't know if it's of 2012. The dates escape me, but there's an act. So I have to be registered as a seed merchant. Seed merchant meaning I can sell the seeds, my seed that has been certified. So I am registered as a seed merchant. So if I'm not registered as a seed merchant, and if I'm selling uncertified seeds, then I'm committing an offense as per this law. And that means that I can be arrested and jailed for 2 years, or pay a fine of 1 million Kenya shillings as a smallholder farmer in Kenya. So in simple terms, that's what that this particular law says. So this law, I think, in my opinion, it infringes on the rights of farmers.
Yeah.
To sell and share and exchange seeds, because this law defines the sale of seeds, of those uncertified seeds, as either exchange or barter. Barter trade. Think about it.
Yeah.
In the village, if I come to your farm and I've seen you have a bean variety that I really love,
Yeah.
I will ask you, Brian, can I please have this variety? And I'll take it to my farm. Or I'll tell you, give me the seeds, and then I'll give you the other ones. That's barter trade, yeah? Or they sell it at the market, at the local market. So you take your surplus and take it to the local market. You find like a kg of seeds going for 100 bob or 50 shillings, So they are selling it.
Yeah.
So in a way, this law makes it illegal for that to happen. And it's a huge, huge problem, because it's prioritizing the rights of plant breeders. Who are able to pay this, the certification fees. They're able to register themselves as seed merchants. By looking at a small scale farmer, even 20,000, it's a lot of money for them. they're thinking, okay, will I invest in the next planting season or will I register myself as a seed merchant?
Yeah.
And then their rights to save these seeds. This is a cultural process.
Yes.
This is something our grandmothers inherited from their grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, like that. You cannot prohibit that. And I also see it as, aside from, like somebody stealing our culture, they are also stealing our resources. I like to call it biopiracy.
Yeah.
They're stealing our resources. Because think about it, you're going to register this seed as yours, right? You've registered it. I'm the one planting it. It's mine. So everyone who uses it has to pay royalties to you.
Yeah.
But the original germplasm, where did you get it from?
Nature.
From nature.
Yeah.
So how are you selling something that is freely given? Freely given to you? How are you doing that? It makes no sense. I mean, it's logic. Like, you cannot sell that. And farmers have bred some of the seeds since time immemorial. They have shared the seeds. They have exchanged them. They have preserved them. So how do we have a law in a country where 80 to 70% of the seeds we use in Kenya are actually from farmers? Only 20% of the seeds we use are certified. And then remember this, 80% of the food we eat is produced by small-scale farmers. So these small-scale farmers are actually using seeds on their farms. So how are we prioritizing the interest of the 20% of the seeds over 80%? How are we doing that?
Shouldn't be.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And that's why we're saying this law is not advocating for farmers' rights in Kenya. And for a country that at least 70% of its population lives in the rural areas and are engaged in agricultural activities, this law needs to be amended so that farmers can actually be able to, share their seeds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, if you look from that perspective as well, it's this, like, indigenous seeds are very well adapted to these local conditions, right? So if you are sort of telling these farmers who are basically from the same geographical area, who have these seeds, who have really adapted, we're talking about climate change, have adapted to this location, so you are disadvantaging them to an extent.
Of course you are. Of course you are. And you're making it difficult for them to actually access the seeds.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, indigenous seeds are actually largely uncharacterized. They're not certified.
Yeah.
They're not packed in, in sachets and all that. No.
Yeah.
They're just open. They're there. You want some seeds? Okay, have some. They're there. And these are seeds that these farmers know, if I plant this particular variety, I'm going to have a harvest. Based off of our weather conditions here, or our climatic conditions, if I plant this, I'm going to have a harvest. Think about it. In the Ukambani area, which is like semi-arid and arid, right?
Yeah.
They have the pigeon peas. They call them zoo. When they plant zoo, they are sure they are going to have a harvest because zoo is a very hardy crop. It's drought resistant. They're going to have crops. They're going to have food on their plate. So then how do you come and tell somebody that, this zoo of yours is uncertified, and so you're committing an offense by sharing it? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And I remember a while ago, I was interacting with farmers from Ukambani, and some of them told me that when a girl is getting married, they give them seeds in a gourd to symbolize the continuation of life and nourishment of her family. So she's given the seeds by her grandmother or any elderly female who is around at the time. So they give them the seeds in a gourd, like, you can go and continue taking care of your family or nourish your family. Yeah. So are we losing our culture? Are we taking away, or not losing, but eroding our culture?
Yeah.
Are we also taking away the right to be able to, feed ourselves, the right to be able to determine what kind of foods we want to grow?
Yeah.
And then are we allowing multinational corporations to actually steal our resources? Because, like I've said, it's theft. Yeah. It's theft of natural resources.
Exactly.
When you look at the seed industry, I was looking at the statistics the other day, and it's actually projected to grow to 48.8 billion US dollars
Okay.
in 2027. Make the
Lot of
conversion
money.
in Kenya shillings.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
So, and at the heart of this seed industry,
Yeah.
I think about 10 global companies who are involved in the sale of seeds. So they are looking at profits already. And how do they make profits? Through policies and laws such
Yeah.
as the Seed and Plant Varieties Act.
Exactly.
So, work with governments, make it illegal for small-scale farmers to share or sell or exchange seeds. And then now they have to buy the certified seeds, and then make it punitive such that they're arrested. So no one else will dare do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that, the small-scale farmers push the cells. So that's their main aim.
Yeah.
And I think as a country and as young people who are well-read in this area, we should not allow this. We should make sure that our government knows that we know that this is wrong.
Yeah.
We know that this is not going to benefit our communities. We know that this is not going to benefit our farmers.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't allow multinational companies to actually control our seed. That's theft. They shouldn't come and say, we have these certified seeds and you guys need to use this. No. Let us use the seeds we as Kenyans know, like Kenyan smallholder farmers know and are well conversant with. We know this seed grows here. It needs this amount of water. Let's embrace that. Let's continue to push for that. And what we are asking the government is to value small-scale farmers.
Exactly, yeah.
We saw during COVID times, I think that was during President Uhuru's time.
Yeah.
And the food we were eating at that time was not imported. It was local food. Yeah.
Okay.
It is the local producers who actually fed Kenyans during COVID time.
Okay.
Countries-
So we have a blueprint.
Yes, countries had closed their borders.
Yeah.
There was no importation and exportation happening, right? And so our farmers were actually feeding us. If they did so during such a critical time, they can certainly feed us during, the climate crisis.
Exactly.
So why are we trying to limit their ability to feed us by introducing punitive laws? We need to actually encourage farmers, to venture. Like us young people, we need to be encouraged to venture into agriculture.
Yeah.
Need to be told, okay, you want indigenous seeds? You can get indigenous seeds from this particular community bank and supported by the government.
Yeah.
We don't want community, I'm not saying that community banks supported by NGOs are bad. Sometimes the funding runs out.
Yeah.
And if the funding runs out, the community banks can close, So there's the question of sustainability of that community bank. But because you pay taxes to the government, if government has a community bank or several community banks, we are guaranteed of its sustainability. If the Ministry of Agriculture today says, okay, we're going to set up in all the 47 counties, agriculture is a devolved function, right?
Yeah.
At the county level. So the Ministry of Agriculture is telling the counties, make sure that in all the counties, all the 47 counties, we have community seed banks. Any farmer who is interested in getting seeds, they can pick from the seed bank. At the end of their harvesting period, they return the seeds to the seed bank.
Yeah.
That would be a model that works.
sustainable.
And we would have actually gotten rid of the issue of fake seeds. Because farmers know that is where I source the seeds from. So if this seed doesn't germinate, I'll go back to that seed bank. But here you've already purchased the seed. You've used a lot of money. Purchased the seeds, it failed to germinate. Will you walk into that agrovet to claim your money back?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah.
So we want laws that work for small scale farmers. That's what we are advocating for. We're not against the government as young people who are advocating for a change in this law. We're not against the government, but we are advocating for small scale farmers because we know the impact they have to our country's food situation.
Yeah.
If the farmers are not producing food, Kenyans will not have food. And that's why we are asking for a lot of young people, to support. When we speak about punitive laws, ask us, what are they? What do they mean? And translate them to your parents, great-grandparents, and let them know what this means because it definitely concerns them.